Hello, my loves, and welcome to Lotus Spirit Tarot. My name is Shannon Colleen. We are going to do a little astrology and horoscope for the September 7th full lunar eclipse, full moon in Pisces. And then after we do just a kind of general overview, we're going to break it down for each sign, and we're going to pull a card from Spirit for each sign. So, first of all, I also want to let you know I have introduced a new distance Reiki session for life purpose. It's life purpose distance Reiki. It's been a hit so far now that I have put it on the platform and put it on my booking site. And for the month of September, I'm going to give half off as an introductory to it. So there's the link in the book in the description box below. You can go to book that. And there's also going to be a little lotus flower here at the end of this video, and that will take you to the booking site also. When you get there, look for the life purpose distance Reiki, and then it's going to show full price. You won't see the half off until after you book, because I send you a separate invoice for that. And again, it's gotten rave reviews. So book yours in September for life purpose. All right, so let's talk about the full moon in Pisces coming up here on September 7th. It is a potent total lunar eclipse, and it's going to be amplifying emotional and spiritual energies. So this eclipse marks a significant moment of culmination, release, and transformation. Let's see. It's going to tie into themes of healing, intuition, and balancing practicality with spirituality. Pisces, which is ruled by Jupiter and Neptune, is going to bring really heightened sensitivity, vivid dreams, and I'm already having them, and a call to dissolve illusions or outdated patterns. This eclipse conjunction with the North Node is amplifying a sense of destiny. So it's urging surrender to life's flow. And it's also going to have Saturn going retrograde into Pisces, which is going to emphasize emotional and karmic resolutions. So I like that. We also have Venus and Mars forming a cooperative sextile, sparking creativity and connection. However, the intense emotional energy is going to require grounding to avoid feeling overwhelmed. Remember, eclipses are wild cards, often bringing unexpected shifts with effects lingering up to 6 months. So this is a time for reflection, release, and trusting your intuition over logic. Now, let's get into each zodiac sign. So for my Aries out there, we're going to start with Aries. The Pisces lunar eclipse is going to light up your 12th house of spirituality, the subconscious, right? Stirring buried emotions or old wounds. So this is going to be a time to retreat, reflect, and heal. Again, as vivid dreams and intuitive nudges may reveal truths for you. Remember to avoid overactivity. I know you're Aries and you like to go, 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 but you're going to want to rest. You're going to want to journal. You're going to want to meditate. You're going to want to do things to process. And Saturn in Pisces is going to push for accountability in your inner world, helping you to release what no longer serves you. So whether they're certain habits or people, again, it doesn't mean that anything or anyone is bad. It just means that it no longer is fulfilling to you. So you could be leaving a job. There's just so many things because there's so many of you Aries out there. Just trust the process. Endings now are going to pave the way for renewal. Let me take a sip of my coffee, Aries. So let's see what your card is from Spirit. Spirit guides for Aries. What is happening? I would also check your rising sign. Okay, I would check your rising sign. Show me clearly. That's too many. Can I just have one, please? Can I just have one for Aries, please? Thank you. All right, Aries, you've got work through your fears. I like that. You will. That is part of exactly what it said about letting go. Sometimes we fear letting go of things or people, and we're afraid of the new. So work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. I love that energy for you. Absolutely. Actually, I'm going to move these over here so the other signs don't get confused. All right, Aries. Again, don't forget to check your rising sign also. Let's move on to Taurus. Taurus, this eclipse is activating your 11th house of friendships and social networks, prompting a reevaluation of your community. A friend may exit, or a new connection could shift your path. You're going to want to let go of any kind of draining relationships and embrace those types of relationships that uplift you, whether it's really not, I'm going to say it's not really romantic, although it could be, but it's more because romance is a different house, and this is the 11th house of your friendships and social networks. So this could be work involved too, but you're going to see that your vibration is being uplifted. So the friend is going to, or the situation is going to dissolve naturally. Don't hang on too tight to this. Let it go. So let go of those relationships that really are no longer serving you. Jupiter in Cancer adds a lot of optimism and brings good news through different social ties, okay? Through those new friendships, those new communities you become a part of. So stay open to surprises, but protect your energy to avoid any burnout too. And let's see, Taurus, what Spirit wants you to know. What does Taurus need to know, please? Definitely check your rising sign. So I'm a Pisces rising. I would watch that too. Show me clearly. What is the message for Taurus? What is the message for Taurus, please? There we go. All right, Taurus, you have here, nothing is yet set in stone. So nothing is set in stone, basically. So again, you don't have to hang on to these ties. You might have, again, those surprises. Stay open to surprises. Things looking up for you because your vibe is being elevated here. Excellent, Taurus. All right, let's move on to Gemini. Gemini, this eclipse illuminates your 10th house of career and public life, bringing a professional culmination or shift. So you may rethink your purpose or release roles that are misaligned with your truth. You might leave one profession for another, leave a job for another. Which does not surprise me, because Gemini is more trying to get in aligned with their purpose. Again, don't forget to book your life purpose distance Reiki session with me to help you with that. Now, Jupiter's influence is going to encourage you to take bold steps toward meaningful work. And remember to balance ambition with rest. We want to make sure that we balance that work time and playtime. And we also have Mercury in Virgo, which sharpens your focus. So aiding in clear communication for your work. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. What do we have for Gemini, please? What do we have for Gemini? There we go. Yeah, see, time to release any negativity. So anything that is not fulfilling you, especially in that 10th house of career and public life. So, you know, if you are feeling drained and you're feeling like you're not getting paid enough and you're not in alignment with the work that you're supposed to do, now is the time to go ahead and release that. Excellent. All right, let's move on to Cancer here. So Cancer, for you, this is your 9th house of wisdom and expansion is going to be highlighted. So it's urging you to explore new perspectives or release outdated beliefs. This eclipse may spark a spiritual awakening and a desire to learn more. This is the house of philosophy and our belief system. So with Jupiter in your sign, it's going to boost your confidence, bringing opportunities through study or even travel. Remember to trust your intuition, but ground it with Virgo's practicality to make the most of this transformation that you're going through. Work with the energy, and I feel like you're going to get a lot of wisdom coming in, a lot of belief changes, right? What you thought you believed, you realize that is not truth, so you're releasing that. And I will tell you also, Cancer, check out your rising sign. Watch that too. And let's see what Spirit has for you. Spirit, what does Cancer need to know? Yeah, it's time to take action. It's time to study. It's time to learn. It's time to awaken. It's time to come out of the matrix and again bring opportunities through the study or the travel. And I will say this Aries energy, yeah, very confident, very confident. So I love that for you. Let's move on to Leo. Leo, this eclipse is in your 8th house of intimacy and transformation. It's going to stir deep emotions around shared resources or relationships for you. You're going to find that hidden truth or financial matters will surface, pushing you to let go of control. Okay, to let go of control. This is a time to go with the flow for you. Venus and Mars sextiles fuels passion, but pace yourself so that you can avoid intensity overload. Okay? And Saturn's presence is encouraging restructuring emotional and or financial foundations for long-term security here. The 8th house is unexpected money, okay? So it could be an inheritance. It doesn't have to be, but it's unexpected money or it's shared money, okay? Whether you're in a business partnership or this is your significant other, you're going to find that these things are going to be revealed in a positive way, okay? Those hidden truths are positive, but you have to let go of trying to control everything. So Leo, don't forget to check out your rising sign too, okay? Check out your rising sign. Let's see what Spirit has for you. What do we have for Leo, please? What do we have for Leo? Thank you. Believe in the impossible. And that's exactly what the 8th house is, like the transformation. Yes, believe in the impossible because everything and anything is possible. All right, let's move on to Virgo. This eclipse is in your 7th house of partnerships. It's bringing pivotal changes in your relationships. A bond may end or evolve, revealing what truly aligns with your path, okay? So Mercury is in your sign, so it enhances clarity in communication, helping you to navigate these shifts. And the Virgo Pisces axis is asking you to balance self-care with connection. Remember to embrace endings as opportunities for healthier dynamics, but it's not going to be that way for all of you. Some of you are going to, in partnerships can be romantic, it can be business, it's any type of partnership. But some of you, it's going to evolve, right? Evolve. It's going to strengthen that partnership for you so that it is a healthier dynamic. Again, whether this is work partnerships, love partnerships, whatever it may be for you. So just be open to these changes. Go with that flow. Virgo, don't forget to check out your rising sign too. And let's see what Spirit has for you. Yeah, adjustments are required, definitely. And it makes total sense here. Adjustments are going to be required, whether it is ending those relationships or evolving them. Adjustments are going to be required for you. Let's move on to Libra. Libra, the eclipse is going to light up your 6th house of health and routines. It's going to urge you to release unsustainable habits or bad habits or old work programs, patterns. It is asking you to reevaluate your day-to-day routines, okay? And if you don't go ahead and make some changes there, then burnout may surface. So you've got to prioritize your day-to-day routine and wellness and routines. And I will tell you, I have also done this, Libra, as of a few days ago. I have changed my morning routine. So one of the first things that I do is I go for a walk, but I go where there is grass, where I can walk barefoot so I can get grounded, okay? So you're going to want to prioritize your own wellness physically, and your daily routines you're probably going to want to adjust. Saturn in Pisces is emphasizing discipline in that daily life, right? So I have literally every day at a certain time, that in the morning, I mean, I go for that walk, rain or shine, doesn't matter. Like, I am very disciplined about it right now, and that energy is helping me very much, physically and mentally. And while we have Venus and Virgo, it's going to soften your approach, encouraging self-compassion. Just remember, these are small practical changes for you. It doesn't have to be huge. Just me shifting my morning routine, dropping one thing for another, right? These small practical changes are going to lead to a lasting transformation for you, Libra. So don't forget to check out your rising sign too, Libra, and we're going to get your message from Spirit. What do we have for Libra, please? What do we have for Libra? Thank you. Yeah. Take time to breathe out. That's all about that health. That's all about that daily routine. Take time to breathe, do breathing exercises, go for a walk, whatever it is, and it doesn't have to be a whole huge thing. Again, it's a small change that's going to lead to lasting transformation. All right, let's go to Scorpio. Scorpio, your 5th house of creativity and romance is going to be activated. So this is going to spark joy, but also potential endings in love or new love. And it can be the potential for new creative projects for you, which I really like. Remember, your card in tarot is the Death card, so that's a good thing. That's a death of something, not a death of a person, but a death of a situation. It's so that you can have the new beginning. So this eclipse is encouraging your authentic expression over external validation. Mars in your sign is going to fuel, later in the month, but it's going to fuel bold action. But the Pisces energy is softening your intensity, inviting play and surrender. You need to let go of what dims your spark, if anything is. That has to be released, whether it is a person, whether it is a routine, whether it is a way of thinking or being. You need to let that go if it's dimming your natural glow, okay? So Scorpio, don't forget to check out your rising sign also, and let's see what Spirit has for you. Thank you. Emotions are running high. Absolutely, right? But remember, authentic expression over external validation. bold action, but soften the intensity. Inviting play. Okay? Beautiful. Let's move on to Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, the eclipse is in your 4th house of home and family, which is going to bring emotional clarity around your roots. Old wounds or domestic patterns are going to surface for healing. It's time to face those and heal those and forgive yourself, forgive others, heal that. You may want to do, and this is a great time for it, Sagittarius, although I am giving half off the life purpose readings, you all also may want to book an inner child healing Reiki session with me, which are very successful with my clients. So that's going to help with the emotional clarity and healing those old wounds. Now you got Jupiter and Cancer supporting positive changes in your living space and family ties. So you could be reuniting with somebody that maybe you know, had a split with, whether it's close family or a cousin. You may be moving, right? Or maybe be updating your living space, making it more comfortable for you. So this is a time for you, Sagittarius, to create a nurturing foundation, releasing what disrupts your emotional security. Rest and reflection are going to be key for you. Let's see, Sagittarius. Don't forget to check out your rising sign, and let's see what Spirit has for you. What is going on for Sagittarius? Thank you. Yeah, you are good enough. That's healing those old wounds. You are good enough. Yep, absolutely. Makes sense for me. All right, Sagittarius, we're going to move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, your 3rd house of communication and local ties is highlighted, potentially revealing truths or shifting how you express yourself. Siblings or neighbors may play a role in this transformation for you. And with Jupiter's influence, it's going to bring good news and connections. So it is going to be a time for you to get out there and communicate clearly with your local community, with your family, with work, right? People that you work with the universe, right? Again, it's bringing in good news or connections, but you can't sit back and wait for it. You have to speak. Now, this also, this eclipse's intensity is going to call for grounding. So, you know, however you do that, if that's through meditation or going for a walk barefoot, make sure you are grounding your energy. You need to release outdated mental loops. Trust your inner voice, okay? Trust that inner voice, and that's going to guide you. And that inner voice is going to become your outward voice. And again, that house of communication is going to really bring in some good news and or connections. So Capricorn, let's see what Spirit has for you. Don't forget to check your rising sign also. What do we have for Capricorn, please? Your hard work is paying off. Your communication. Look, it's a new moon in your own sign of Capricorn, right? So, yes, things are going to pay off. Like I had said, good news and or connections. Let's move to Aquarius. Listen, the eclipse is in your 2nd house of finances and self-worth. And this is going to prompt you to do a reassessment of your resources and your values. There is hidden financial patterns that are going to surface, urging you to let go of a scarcity mindset, right? It's that old saying I tell everybody all the time, Aquarius. You hear money doesn't grow on trees? Yes, it does. Plant the right tree, okay? You were told, and we live in a scarcity mindset, and it's not true. It's all lies. So you need to shift with this full moon into a knowing of abundance. Now, Venus and Mars sextile boosts confidence in pursuing that abundance. However, let's listen to the astrology. Saturn in Pisces calls for disciplined budgeting or honesty, right? So it's not just like, oh, I've got all this abundance and I'm going to go spend it. So now clarity is setting in, and it sets the stage for your prosperity, but in a very disciplined way. So, for example, there's a certain investment. I have many, but there's a certain investment that, and I'm not going to say what it is because I'm not a financial advisor, that I, every day, regardless, no matter what, I put $10 a day into. Okay? So hidden financial patterns may surface. Aquarius, again, don't forget to check out your rising sign, and let's see what we have for you, Spirit. What do we have? That's too many. For Aquarius. What do we have for Aquarius, please? Thank you. Your commitment is being tested. Oh, I love that. That's exactly what I said. You know, putting that $10 a day into something or whatever it is for you, just being very disciplined. And, again, letting go of that scarcity mindset. All right, let's move on to Pisces. Pisces, this is a great one for you since it is your full moon in Pisces. This eclipse is in your first house of identity. It's deeply personal, and it's marking a revolutionary shedding of old projects and guilt, right? We are changing all of that, right? We are shedding the old things that no longer serve us. We are healing from any sort of guilt, and we grow up in a guilt-based society, right? Like, if you desired to have $1 million, then everybody would give you a hard time because, you know, there's people that are, you know, can't afford to eat. No, there is plenty for everyone. However, when you put yourself first house is I am, then you can have those material things, right? And you can share those resources. You can give to charity. You can give your time, right? So we're shedding the old way of being, the old projections, the old guilt, to know our self-worth here. Saturn's return to your sign is going to finalize lessons from 2023, and it's going to push you to embrace your authentic self. Relationships may shift because you are setting boundaries, but also you're deepening trusted bonds. So this is a great time for you to trust your intuition and definitely let go of what no longer reflects your truth. Now, Pisces, don't forget to check your rising sign also, and we're going to see what Spirit has for you. Spirit, what does Pisces need to know? Communication is key. I love that. Yes, communication, right? Again, because you're setting boundaries and you're deepening bonds. And what you say becomes your reality. So this is a big eclipse for you since it's in your sign, Pisces. Again, don't forget to check your rising sign. And now for those of you who stayed to the end, we're going to give some general advice for all signs. This lunar eclipse is a time to pause, reflect, and release. Emotions may be intense, so prioritize self-care, journaling, or any spiritual practices, Reiki, meditation. The Virgo Pisces axis is calling for balancing practicality with intuition, and the North Node's influence points to growth through surrender. Expect the unexpected, and let endings clear space for new beginnings. And with that being said, my loves, don't forget to like, share, comment. I read each and every one. Book your personal readings and Reiki sessions here. And all my love, light, and blessings to you until next time.